Hello, everyone, and welcome to Evolve Yourself TV. I am Agni James, and we are going to have a good, relaxing meditation tonight. I think it's one of those things that we all could use, right? A little more peace, love, and joy in our lives. So, how is everyone doing today? How it is? What is today? Monday. It's Monday night. It was nice. It was a 70-degree day Fahrenheit in Chicago today. It was pretty good. It was like the warmest day we've had all year, and I took advantage of it, on good days when there's wonderful warm weather and the sun is out and it's beautiful. You want to go outside as much as you can and just breathe in that nature. You want to breathe in all that purity and all that good energy out there. So a friend and I went to a forest preserve and we walked around, enjoyed existence outside, and it was good. It was relaxing. So how is it for everyone else? How was today for all of you? Hey, Christine the Bean. So good to see you. Thank you so much for the subscription. Whoa, 10 months in a row. Christine the Bean coming through with 10 months in a row. Super appreciative. I've only been streaming like about a year, so you've been in here for about the whole time. Pretty awesome, Christine. Thank you. How's everything going with you today? How is life with you? Yeah, I got to go to Waterfall Glen today, so it was always nice. It was such a beautiful day. How's life going with you? Did you get to see your nephews today? Uh, by the way, I've been putting lime in my water. It's definitely like it enhanced my water game. I just buy a bunch of limes, chop them up, put a little bit of lime in your water, and it makes a big difference. I don't know. I was drinking distilled water for so long, and now I got the zero water filter. And water is great, but it's always a little bland. But a little slice of lime does wonders. Let's see. You say your twin and nephews. Oh, they got a new cat. Nice. That's great. Is it a male or female cat? I have a female cat. Parmenides is about as female of a cat as you can get. Yeah, female. Yeah, I've always found that female cats tend to be friendlier. They tend to be more affectionate. I think they're louder though. Like Parmenides just will go on these rampages where she'll meow, not incessantly for like long durations of time. But I've always had female cats, and I've always found them to be really good companions. Really, they add a lot to the atmosphere. They're so sweet and they're cuddly, and yeah, they're good cats. Let's see. You say, oh, female. Oh, its name is Savannah. Ooh, sweet, and likes to snuggle. And she's talkative too. Yeah, I wonder if that's a thing. If just in general, female cats are more talkative and are more affectionate, or if it's just like all the female cats that I happen to get were the case, were like that. I had an interesting thing happen the other day. I was just walking down the street. It was like maybe, I don't know, 8 o'clock at night, and I was just going for a walk. And this guy comes out of his house, and he's got two dogs with him, and they're not on leashes. And one of the dogs just it's like a it's what was it? It was a pretty big dog. I don't remember the breed. I don't think I knew the breed. I didn't recognize it. It was some kind of hybrid, some kind of mix. But anyways, it was a big dog. It just came right up to me, and it started barking like crazy. Like it looked like it wanted to attack me. And the guy was like freaking out. He's like, no, 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 hey, get back here, get back here. But the dog was like right on me, like ready to go. And I don't know. It didn't phase me though. I just kind of didn't even let it phase my overall well-being. I just kept walking. And it just kind of followed me and barked at me like while I walked down the street. And then finally the guy was able to get the dog to come back to him. But it's kind of weird, when you have pets, like especially with like a big dog, you got to be careful. You never know if that dog's gonna like run off and go attack someone. The guy didn't seem like he was prepared for the situation. Usually, if you have a big dog, you're prepared like to get that dog back if it just is going to go about ready to attack someone. But he didn't seem very prepared. But anyways, yeah, it was so weird. It's like it was one of those situations where you would think it was intense, right? Because there's like this aggressive looking dog and it's like coming at me, it's like ready to bite me, ready to like throw down, right? But I had zero fear. I was like in a real peaceful state. I was just walking, and it didn't even phase me. I think some of it had to do with the fact that I had my headphones in. I was just listening to music, and I was like, I'm not gonna worry about this dog. Like I don't feel like caring about this dog. It's like it's either going to attack me or it's not. At the end of the day, either the dog is going to attack me or it's not. And if it doesn't attack me, then I'm just going to continue walking. And if it does attack me, then I'll have to throw it out. I'll have to figure something out. But like I didn't want to like just sit there worried about whether it was going to worry about whether it's going to attack me or not. That was like the one option I didn't want to entertain. It's kind of interesting in life. You can do that, right? Like sometimes there will be a situation where it's either going to be like really dramatic and intense, or like it will just be like nothing, right? And you can sit there and you can worry about it, but then it's like if it's not going to make a difference whether you worry about it or not, then like it's totally counterproductive, right? Because if you're worrying about it, then all of a sudden your anxiety level is going to be raised. You're going to feel unhappy and kind of garbagey about the situation. And if you don't work, think about that as opposed to not worrying about it. If you're not worrying about it, you're just going to be peaceful and content and calm. And I'm talking about things that you have no control over, right? Like either the dog is going to attack me or it's not, right? There's nothing really I can do, So so I just chose not to worry about it, and then the whole thing just didn't even matter, right? Let's see. So you can be cautious without being exactly. Yeah, exactly, right? Like I wasn't about ready to like, walk up to the dog and like, try to pet it or anything like that. I wasn't about ready to like, start a fight with it. But at the same time, like I wasn't gonna allow it to make me afraid, right? I wasn't gonna be fearful of it. And that's a good point. Being cautious or being not just cautious. Like there's situations where people can be let's see, just prepared, right? You can be prepared without being, anxiety ridden, right? It's not just about being cautious, but you can be prepared, right? You can have everything you need in case something does happen. But then, you just live your life. You live your life, and if something happens, then it happens, and if it doesn't, it doesn't, right? It just seems like a more productive approach to any kind of obstacles that come up in your life, right? You never know what's going to happen in your life. Sometimes like weird stuff happens. Sometimes crazy stuff happens, and so when those things happen, you deal with it then. But you don't just sit back and think about it. It's not good to sit. It's not healthy to sit back and think about all the possible things that could happen to you, right? So yes, you say yes indeed, yeah, and that's just kind of how it goes. Uh, I have a friend. This is actually cool. I have a friend that I have not seen in 20 years who's actually going to be coming on over on Saturday. It's going to be pretty neat. My friend Fabio. He's actually from Ethiopia. It's really interesting. He's an awesome dude. He came over here to go to college, and he's an Ethiopian dude. Super amazing guy. Super kind. He told me a really cool story actually once that I like to bring up. So apparently, in Ethiopia, you'll like you'll like be in the farmland, right? You'll like be like wandering through farms, and you'll see like a random tree with rocks in a circle around the tree. And you might be wondering, well, why are these rocks in a circle around this tree? It doesn't really seem like it makes any sense, right? For someone just to move all these rocks like around a tree. But you'll see this like quite frequently. But apparently in the off season, when the farmers aren't working, what they do is they sit on some of those rocks, such that the tree is giving them shade from the sun. So they're in the shade, and they sit on those rocks and they talk. And a lot of them actually smoke marijuana. That's like it's pretty big in Ethiopia, right? If you got nothing to do, whatever, you're just going to sit there and talk and get high, right? And so they sit on those rocks, and then as the sun moves in the sky, and like the guy on the end starts getting like hit by the sunlight, by the heat, he gets up and walks around to the end of the other end of the last person and sits down next to that other person, right, on one of the rocks, right, and then the next guy, as the sun moves across the sky, and he gets up and walks around and sits down next to the other guy, and so over the course of the day they do a full revolution around around the tree because they want to stay out of the sun. So it's actually pretty neat. It's pretty amazing to think about like what they do. You know, that's during the off season. During the farming season, they're working their tails off, right? They're doing everything they can to bring in a good harvest. But it just shows how different cultures are, right? You know, like in America, you know, we're sitting here, we're not thinking about like, you know, sitting under a tree like, you know, on rocks like worried about you know, the sun hitting us, right? We just do our stuff, right? But yeah, let's see. Christine, you say, "Wow, cool." Yeah, it is cool, right? It is awesome. Hey, JT Farms is here. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, exactly. Musical rocks. It is kind of like that, right? The person on the end just gets up and moves around, and then is on the other end, right? And then people they just do that all day throughout the course of the day. That's like their thing. That's what they do. It's pretty amazing, I think. But yeah, I get to see this friend that I haven't seen since, you know, in that long, in 20 years, maybe 15 years, I don't know, but in a long time. So he'll be coming over, and then my other buddy, one of my best friend Rocco Hemda, who comes on here sometimes, is going to come on over as well, and then we're gonna have some more people over, and we're gonna have a good time. I might see another friend from back in college. You know, he might come by. This guy's actually really awesome. He owns a company called Death by Toys, and he makes action figures out of like old parts from like, you know, old school 80s action figures, and he comes up with these amazing ideas. He's a stand-up comedian, so he comes up with these amazing ideas and creates these like awesome funny action figures, and then he sells them on his shop online. He sells them I think he's in some stores. I don't think he's not doing stand-up anymore, but he toured the mid he used to tour the Midwest. He did the Midwest comedy circuit for quite a few years. So yeah, it should be a good time. I'm looking forward to that. That's this Saturday. We're gonna all get together. JT, my channel shaman. How you doing? How you doing today? What's going on with you? How's everything going with in your life? How are the fish? How are the fish doing these days? JT, you say that's awesome. You'll have an awesome time. Yeah, right. I'm looking forward to it. You know, I mean, it's one of those things. The older you get, like the fewer people are available to hang out with, right? And I've always been big into my friends. Like I've always cared so much about my friends, and I've been there for them. And I'm always willing to do whatever it takes to help out and to, you know, to be there. You know, when they need a hand, right? That's like one of the biggest things that I value, right? So it's going to be really good to have my friend group together again this Saturday. I'm looking forward to it. Um, let's see. Uh, you say sounds like a cool group. Yeah, it's a good group of people. You're not doing bad. All right, cool. Well, it's better to not be doing bad than it is to be doing bad, right? I mean, that's if we apply value judgments. Or you could take the whole Eastern philosophy approach and say, well, everything just is, right? It doesn't matter if we're doing bad because then another day we're going to be doing good, right? You know, so I don't know. It's always weird how you think about it. Whenever I think about it that way, then I'm like, well, yeah, it's easy to say, but when you're feeling like garbage, you know, it's tough to like to justify it, to be like, oh, to think about it. Oh, well, guess what? You know, I feel like garbage today, so tomorrow I might feel really good. And relative to how I feel today, you know, tomorrow I'm going to feel that much better. You know, it just doesn't seem to work, right? You can't really get yourself out of a funk by thinking that way. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird that it's like that, but. Let's see. JT, you say my cousin's baby had a few seizures. Gonna send good vibes in this meditation. Yeah, absolutely. We'll send good vibes. Let's dedicate this meditation to your cousin's baby. That's that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you're going through that. That's got to be really tough. Not just for your cousin, but for you as well, and for the baby. Wow. Okay, well, we'll dedicate this meditation to your cousin's baby, and hopefully, you know, we can send some good energy out there, energy his or her way, and you know, we can promote some health and well-being. I'm a firm believer that, you know, positive thoughts and positive energy can make a difference. You know, throughout the world, throughout everything. There was actually a cool study done. Um, they had like they wanted to see what would be the effect of getting the most people together, I think, ever for a meditation. Like it was like on a World Meditation Day, and so they did it. They got all these people together to meditate, and I forget what they meditated on, just maybe like world peace or something, but it had an impact. And I don't remember any of the quantitative analysis, like any of the ways that they actually, you know, checked out like how it had an impact, but like apparently like you know, just life was better for people in some way, shape, or form. So you never know, right? I mean, and even if you're a skeptic, it's not going to hurt, right? It's like, oh well, we're going to direct positive energy. It's like at least it's either going to be neutral or it's going to be beneficial, right? So and you're probably going to feel better too. Your own emotional well-being is going to feel better too. So it's going to be beneficial in that way. So that's kind of cool. JT, you say, yes, you're a vibe kind of gal too. Sending good vibes helps on an invisible level for sure. Yeah, I mean, I believe in it, right? You believe in it, I believe in it. I think Christine the Bean believes in it. So, people, it's whatever people believe. And you're always going to find the skeptic, who's sitting there saying, oh, none of this means anything, blah, blah, blah. But then at the end of the day, the skeptic's like not believing in anything except their own skepticism, right? So it's just, that's really it's not a really good life approach as far as I'm concerned. I've gone that route. I've tried it out. I'm like, oh, there is no meaning in the universe. Well, I'm taking the epistemological skepticism route and saying that we can never know anything. It's like all this blah blah blah, and then it's like I'm sitting in my home like miserable, right? And I'm not like enjoying life. There's really no way to enjoy life if you take those approaches. And then like, what the hell are you doing? It's like you may think you're real smart and because you like understand that like certainty in a rational world is very difficult to understand with our finite perspective. But you're sitting home alone by yourself, miserable, right? So that like, how smart are you, in the big picture, right? Right? All right. So maybe we should hop into some meditation because that's what we do here, right? We meditate. I'm a meditation instructor, and we talk philosophy and we meditate. So let's do that. Let's hop into this. See, JT, you say you're still a skeptic on many levels, but you know what has helped you, so you believe and don't believe in everything. Yeah, exactly, right? Which things are going to help. Which patterns of thought are going to help you. Which ways of existing, which ways of living are going to be beneficial for your overall well-being, and which ways are going to help promote, love and kindness towards the people around you, right? So you're gonna use those, and that's a very utilitarian approach, right? You going with what has utility, right? I think I'm a big believer that whatever has utility is valuable, right? And when I say utility, I'm just saying like it's productive, right? It has a benefit that it can bestow upon another. If you have like a system of belief that just makes you miserable and it's not very productive, I mean that's not a good strategy. It's not a good system typically to hold, right? If you have a system of belief that promotes well-being for you and those around you, that's generally going to be a better way of existing. And then the whole notion of truth can kind of creep in there, and you're like, well, wait a minute, what if one's more true and one's false? And then it's like, well, what if they're equally true? My current thing is if there's two systems of thought that have the equal possibility of being true, then go with the one that has more utility. Go with the one that promotes more well-being and harmony, and not only in yourself but in those around you. I think that just seems to be a smarter way of going about it. All right, let's do some meditation. I've been up here talking, and it's about time we do some meditation. So I always come out here intense, like always. And then we slow things down. We rein in our energy. And we go inward to the place of perfect peace and oneness that exists within us all. Find a comfortable seated position. You can sit on the floor in lotus pose. You can sit cross-legged, or you can sit in a chair. The main thing is to find a position that is comfortable for you. And then gently close your eyes and take a few slow, deep breaths on your own. I have a Buddhist chant that I play that has a chime that rings every 2 seconds. And you can use that to help regulate your breath counts. take a few more slow, deep breaths on your own while maintaining good posture. Inhale through your nose, gently raising your belly. Exhale through your mouth, gently lowering your belly. Breathe in through your nose, slowly raising your abdomen. Breathe out through your mouth, slowly lowering your abdomen. Focus on your breath. Inhale, gently raising your belly. Exhale, gently lowering your belly. Breathe in, slowly raising your belly. Breathe out, slowly lowering your belly. Keep your awareness on your breath count. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. The breath calms the body, and the body calms the mind. Be mindful of your breath count. Visualize yourself sitting on the tallest mountaintop. Watching the clouds float through the sky beneath you. Two clouds come together, merging into one. And one cloud stretches apart, separating into two. The clouds float through the sky before disappearing over the horizon. These clouds are like your thoughts. Thoughts come into being, exist for a while in conscious awareness, before disappearing from your mind. That is the nature of human thought. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all that is of no benefit. Focus on your breath count. When thoughts arise in your mind, visualize them as clouds floating through the sky before disappearing over the horizon. Returning your awareness to your breath count. essence is love. Your love is manifested as light. Your purpose is to shine your light on others. Awakening the inner light within them. And they will shine their light on all whom they encounter. Until all of humanity is enlightened once again. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that is of no benefit to you. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego which obscures your third eyesight. Focus on your breath. When thoughts arise in your mind, picture them as clouds floating through the sky before disappearing over the horizon. Returning your awareness to your breath count. On your next breath, travel down beneath the level of conscious awareness. Go to the region of your heart chakra. Feel the love that emanates from that location. Visualize the light that is manifested from that love. Feel the warmth that surrounds your love. Allow yourself to experience the perfect peace that exists there. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that is of no benefit to you. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego which blinds your third eye vision. Focus on your breath count. There is a holy altar that exists within us all. Visualize that altar at your center. What offerings do you put at your altar? What thoughts and feelings reside there? If guilt and fear are present at your altar, then those will be manifested in your life. If peace and love exist at your altar, then your encounters in the world will be peaceful and loving. What you choose to put at your altar is always your decision. I ask you, would you rather have fear or love? If you'd rather have love at your altar, choose to remove any fear and anxiety from your being. Supplanting it with the perfection of perfect love and certainty. Thereby allowing yourself to exist in your natural state. Inhale. Exhale, going down even further to your center. Breathe in. Breathe out, exploring the sacred space at your core. Choose love and light to reside there. Choose to be present in this holy instant. Choose to experience the perfect monism within. For what is eternally one can never be two. Your essence is love. The manifestation of your love is light. purpose is to shine your light on others. Awakening the inner light within them. So that they will shine their light on others. Until all of humanity is glowing radiantly as one once again. Inhale, traveling down to your absolute center point. Exhale, releasing all stress and tension from your body. Breathe in, filling your vessel with love and light. Breathe out, releasing all stress and tension from your mind. Focus on your center point. Go deeper into your center point. Feeling the perfect peace that emanates from that location. Direct all your awareness on your center. And when you're ready, walk on through. I'll see you on the other side. Here, at your center point, you remember your true identity. not the identity given to you by the ego. Instead, you remember your immutable identity given to you by the source of all creation. Here, at your center point, you remember your divine purpose. Not the purpose given to you by the ego. But the purpose given to you by the source of all creation. Here, at your center point, true nature unfolds. Not the twisted nature given to you by the ego. Instead, the glowing, radiant essence that was given to you by the source of all creation. Here, at your center point, you remember your true name. Not the name given to you by the ego in space-time. Instead, the name given to you by the source of all existence. You are love. You are divine. You are one with all of creation. And you are eternal. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego, which clouds your judgment. Focus on your breath count. There are many lessons that we learn in our lives. The lessons taught to us by the ego are worthless. But the lessons taught to us by the divine energy are beneficial. You can tell when someone has learned a divine lesson. For they glow a little brighter in this world. They have more peace and love in their lives. And they share it with those around them. These are the miracle workers of the world. For by learning lessons for themselves, they learn lessons for all of humanity. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all stress and tension from your body. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all stress and tension from your mind. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all anxiety from your being. Inhale, flooding your body with love and light. Exhale, releasing all impurities from your mind. Gently open your eyes, returning to the present moment, bringing with you the peace from this meditation throughout the remainder of your day. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing this sacred space with me. I am honored and humbled to be here with you as your meditation guide. I hope you all feel more peaceful and centered than you previously did. And I hope you feel more love and joy in your lives. Namaste. So how was that for everyone? That was a 44-minute meditation. I feel a lot more peaceful and tranquil than I did prior to the meditation. JT Farms. Excellent. You enjoyed the meditation. It's so good having you here. Hopefully we can direct a lot of that healing energy and that love to your cousin's baby, such that he or she may grow up feeling healthy, strong, and content in this world. And Christine the Bean, thank you so much for being here with me in this sacred space. It's wonderful to spend this time with you. There's such good people that come to this chat. I love you all unconditionally. Okay, I think it's about time. It's about time we raid someone. This is the moment when we get to share our love. We get to share our love and light with those around us. It's always a good thing to do, to be able to brighten someone's day with a raid. It means a lot for streamers when they get a raid. All right. I think we're gonna go comedy and music. We're gonna lighten the mood a little bit with one of my favorite streamers. We're gonna raid Mary Amber. I also really respect the fact that she donates a lot of her proceeds for mental health awareness. It's super awesome of her to do that. And she's talented and just a really fun, good human being. So we're going to raid her. Let's send a lot of love and light her way. And thank you all so much again for being here with me and supporting me by being here in whatever capacity you can. Much appreciated. Namaste.